What is up, YouTube? If you are new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe down below. Make sure you hit that bell as well, so that way whenever I drop anything, you can be the first person to get it fresh off the press. I am dropping weekly videos to you guys, so that way we can all learn and grow together. Now, if you are new to the channel, then welcome to the family. My name is Javon, and this is the place, this is the environment that I created so we can talk about everything that I'm passionate about, which includes investing, whether it's in stocks or finances, getting your money right, making sure that you live the rest of your life like the best of your life. Today, if you are tuned into this channel, then know I am dropping some major keys that I implement in my own life that has completely changed my financial situation. And the best part about these keys is you can implement them if you are on a high income or if you are on a low income. I'm talking about things that you can do not to increase your spending, but to decrease your spending and to have more money in your pockets. Now, if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm also going to include some tips that I use that you can make some extra guap. I'm not talking about saving now. I'm talking about earning a little bit extra. As far as that cream on the top, I'm going to show you how I made a little bit of extra money this year as well. Stick around to the end and I'm gonna drop that for you guys. Now, if that sounds interesting to you, then you already know what to do. Stick around for the video. We are dropping into the details in 3, 2, let's go. Now, the first area in you guys' life that I want you to be able to save money is going to be in your rent/mortgage. Now, do your bills for me. Look at your expenses. Look at all that you spent last month. Where did you spend the most money? And keep on doing that for the months behind that. Where did you spend the most money? For a lot of people, the most place that we drop the most amount of money in one particular time is going to be on your rent/mortgage. So if you want to save more, you got to figure out a way how to decrease that category fund. Now, for me, personally, I've implemented this part in my life and it has saved me thousands of dollars. So something that you can do, that I do, is you can find a roommate if you are renting or a tenant if you own the property as well. So if you get a roommate or a tenant, that immediately, I'm talking about immediately, decreases what you spend on a month-to-month basis. Think about it. Let's say your rent is $1,000, right? I'm not talking about if you're in California, but the same rules apply no matter where you are. You can still save some money, right? So let's say your rent is $1,000 and you bring somebody in and you say, hey, pay me $400 a month and you can stay with me. Now, that $400 a month that they're bringing in, right, that's going to make your spending go from $1,000 a month to $600 a month, which means you are saving upwards to $4,800 a year just from this one tip alone. And you guys, I promise you, it is such a financial key. And a lot of you guys might be thinking, I want to live on my own. I'm grown. I'm not trying to do all that. And I feel it. I feel it. However, in order to get to the promised land, as far as being financially independent, as far as being able to do what you want because of the finances that you have, we have to make a few sacrifices now. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to bring a stranger into your home. You can interview people. You can even get family in there. But there are ways in which you can decrease rent. Now, a smart key, I'm going to make a video about this later on, is you can do what is known as house hacking. Now, house hacking is if you don't want to have somebody in your immediate space, that's cool. Are there any duplexes in your area? Are there any quadplexes in your area? Triplexes? You can get financing as if that you can get regular financing from a mortgage lender, like FHA loans, conventional loans, regular financing on one of those type of properties. Now, let's say you find a duplex, which is basically a building with 2 units inside, right? You got unit on the right or left and you got unit on the right. You get a duplex, you live in one side, you rent out the other, and now the rent that you're collecting from the other side is going to be complementing what you pay for the mortgage. You can get regular financing for that as well, and that is another way where you can decrease your rent, but also not sacrifice your living space by living with someone else. So guys, if you want to save some extra guap, figure out what you can do to decrease your rent by following some of the tools that I just mentioned. Another thing you can do for housing that I forgot to mention was, if possible, if you have parents in the area and they are okay with you living with them, I'm not saying you just louch off of your parents, funnel them some money, some appropriate amount of money, maybe some money in rent or to help with the groceries, be a respectful adult. But if they are okay with you chilling with them for a year or two while you gain and build up what you have, then that will be a perfect way to build up money financially, saving on rent as well. I get it, we are all not blessed with the same scenario to be able to do that, but if you can, then please do it. There's some certain stigmas about living with your parents after you get to a certain age. You guys, when I was 22, I was staying with my grandma and I was making bank, just for the simple fact that I didn't have to pay as much based on what I could be paying in that area. So if you can stay with your parents, then do it. If anyone's talking mess about that, forget about them. You're saving a ton of money and it's all going to pay off later. So ignore the noise, focus on the process. The next area in your life that you can save some money on is doing your own hair or taking care of your own beauty. For me, I'm a guy, I focus on my haircut, my beard management and everything like that. But for ladies as well, learning how to do your own nails or learning how to braid your own hair, do your own hair, whatever else you guys do. I don't really know that much, I'm sorry. But taking care of that part yourself is going to save you hundreds of dollars. I know for me personally, I learned how to cut my own hair back in the beginning of January 2020. And it was actually really good timing considering everything else that happened later on during the year, and I couldn't go out to get my hair cut if I wanted to. So at least I knew how to cut hair in that process. And it has saved me hundreds of dollars, guys. I am serious. This is a major tool. Now, the drawback to this is what you look like in the beginning, right? I'm not gonna lie, not gonna flex or anything like that. My first time cutting my own hair, I had less than satisfactory results. But if you wanna be good at anything, you have to fail at it constantly. So I got to the point after failing so much that I was able to see progression in how I cut my hair, and now I can do a fade how I want to. There's still room for improvement, but I'm not out here looking crazy. But learning how to cut your own hair, learning how to manage your own hair, manage your own nails if you're a lady or a guy as well, can greatly increase the amount that you save every month. And that is major key number 2. Breaking. This is an interruption. Sorry for interrupting the video, but if you can do me a favor, you guys, if you can like that like button down below until it turns blue, and if you can subscribe to the channel, it does a great deal to helping this channel grow so I can reach you and I can reach more people and we can all learn together. I would truly appreciate it with all of my heart. Just hit that. Yeah, just go ahead and hit it. Thank you so much. And now back to the video. Major key number 3 is being okay with the simple things in life. And what I mean by that, I am talking directly about your cell phone bill. Now guys, usually in the past, my cell phone bill has been around $120, $130. That doesn't sound too smart for me if I'm trying to save financially and be the best person that I can be. And the reason my cell phone bill has always been that high was because I'm always buying like the latest phones. I'm a tech nerd, I admit it, I love it. I love the new phones that drop and I always want to be in on everything that's new that comes out. However, I realized that by getting an older model phone or a used phone, I could save upwards of $40 to $50. So my cell phone bill goes from $120 down to $80 a month. That's a $40 difference, which means it is a $480 saving per year, you guys. That is a major key. And $480, that's a lot of money that you can use to go towards somewhere else in your life that you need. Maybe you need to build up an emergency fund and you don't know how. Decreasing your cell phone bill might give you that extra income to go ahead and start on that process. So decreasing your cell phone bill is tip number 3 on how you can bring in some extra money this year for you. Tip number 4 that I have for you guys is going to sound really simple, but I promise you it makes a difference. It's going to be saving on gas. Now, I have been very fortunate this year to be able to save on gas and not even realize it. And the type of work that I do, I'm allowed to work remotely from home just because I'm a computer science guy. So a lot of what I do is online. I can access what I need to online. But by doing that, I haven't had to go into the office as much, meaning my gas bill, what I've budgeted for gas, has decreased dramatically. And that got me thinking, well, why are you paying so much for gas in the first place? So if you can work from home, if you can save on that gas, that's going to be a way that you can reduce your expense. But what about if you can't work from home? Well, what can you do? This is where we start to get creative, guys. Do you have a family member that you can share rides with? Do you have a coworker that you work with that y'all can ride share together? Whatever you can do, however creative you can be in order to reduce your gas bill can save you upwards to $200 to $300 a year if you do it right. I promise you it is something good to have in your arsenal, and every penny we can get is every penny we can invest. So don't discount it if it only saves you a few couple dollars here or there. Every penny is worth it, I promise. All right, so the next tip that we are going to look at, tip number 5, is learning how to cook. You guys, I promise you, learning how to cook, especially if you're a guy, all right? Not a lot of guys that I know how to cook, so we just need to step our game up. Ladies, you got us on this one, but guys, we should get into the running too, because I promise you, learning how to cook is going to save you a ton of money. I remember back in college, I was spending money constantly going out to eat at whatever fast food joint I can get my hands onto. However, when I learned how to cook, when I learned how to meal prep, when I learned how to choose what is best and healthiest for me, not only financially, but body-wise too, I saw that a better increase in my life as far as my health, and a better increase in my life as far as my wealth. By learning how to cook, you are in control of what goes into your body and what comes out of your pocket to pay for it. So you can choose your products, you can choose the best products for you that don't cost as much, you guys. I promise you, learning how to cook instead of always going out is going to save you a lot of money. I have definitely seen that effect this year since I can't really go out anyway. So decreasing my budget for going out to go to a restaurant and just using that for cooking my own meals instead has saved me a ton of money. And I'm willing to bet if you do it right, it can do the same thing for you. Tip number 6, coming at you guys live, is going to sound weird, but just keep with me, all right? Focus on paying off the debts that you have. I'm gonna say this again for you. Focus on paying off the debt that you have. And you're probably thinking, how does this save me money? Well, you guys, this year I have been very fortunate enough to be able to pay off my car note. And the money that I was shuffling towards my car note is now the money that's going back directly into my pocket, which is now going back directly into my savings and back directly into my investing strategies as well. So pick a debt and focus on paying off that debt. And once that debt is gone, use that money that was going towards that debt to another place that's going to be beneficial in your life. So if we can reduce the overall amount of debt that we have in our name, that is going to go leaps and bounds towards building up the savings that you can accumulate in the meantime. And that is the end of the video, you guys. I have stepped you through all of the tips that I use to save money. Now I am going to give you that extra thing that I promised at the beginning, how to make a little bit extra guap your year. And this is a very simple trick. I'm going to make an extended video on it later on, but for right now, know that you can take advantage of credit card promotions that are done by different credit card companies. Me, myself, this year, Chase had a credit card promotion that if you created a savings account with them and opened up a bank account with them and just put your direct deposits into their banking account that you created for them, then they would give you an additional $300 to $600 for this year. I did that, really easy steps to follow, and I got $600 for basically changing one or two things on where my money was going. It is definitely something to look into. Now, I'm not saying that every credit card promotion should be taken advantage of. Definitely know what goes into the details, what you have to do to receive those funds. But you guys, this is a phenomenal way to get some more money on top if you are looking to make an extra $500, $600 this year. So keep that in mind. And if you want to know more about credit card building and also increasing your score, I've linked a video up top for you guys. Make sure you check it out. I am dropping gems there, gems here, gems everywhere. So make sure you check it out. It is a lot of good content just directly for you. That brings us to the end of our video, the end of our time together, but I really enjoyed making this video for you guys. If you have anything, if you agree with me, if you don't agree, make sure you drop down in the comment section below. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me how you're saving this year. I am dying to know what exactly skills or what tools are you using in your life to make your life better as well. Also, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you for being a real one. Don't forget to hit that like button down there. Make it turn blue. It helps me grow this channel, reach out to more people, and fight the infamous YouTube algorithm. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, so that way you can catch all the new content that I am going to be dropping your way. Last but not least, I am going to be leaving you guys with a quote from the OG Warren Buffett himself. This is like the top investor that everyone knows. This is a quote directly from him. And he says, to not save what is left after spending, but to spend what is left after saving. That's a mind thinker right there. Guys, I hope you liked the video. We are at the end of our time. I appreciate you so much for watching. That's all for today. Peace, love, and happiness.